All right, welcome back to Dominate Your World TV. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, you want to do that as we go ahead. In this video, we are going to study the most important people that we know, most successful people, a few of them, and the skills that, according to them, pays most. Okay, we are just putting together knowledge, and we are, putting these very important things together. Probably when we put all together, it's going to have a great impact on you. So the number one skill that you want to develop, and these skills are really kind of hard to, is the ability to speak up. Okay, according to Warren Buffett, he says that you got to speak up. If you don't get up and speak for yourself, for the people, and what is in you, what you have identified, what you have seen, the problem you want to solve, if you don't get up to speak about it, you don't get up to talk about it, it's really not going to go well. So you have to develop that skill of speaking up. You don't have to kill yourself. In this technology age, we have to really get up and speak up. There are a lot of tools, a lot of channels that you can use to speak up, right? So you will see it being demonstrated in various way, in different forms, right? And when you come to politics, we do demonstrations, right? When we are not happy about the leadership, we demonstrate. We tend to speak up. If something is not going right, we tend to speak up so it can be resolved. But if you don't do that, if you are going through a challenge, if you are going through a very tough time that you really needed someone, and you don't speak to someone about it, if you are being depressed and you don't speak to someone about it, it's really not going to end well. So you want to learn the skill of speaking up. Then number two, is actually being honest with yourself. So you have to really be honest with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself. You have to, until we get to know the truth and what really we are meant for, the purpose of God for our life, we wouldn't make impacts, right? So you want to be honest with how far you have come. You want to reflect upon your life. You want to consider a whole lot of things that have been going on in your life, things that have happened, and you know come to a conclusion. You got to be honest with yourself whether the step you are taking today is really taking you close to where you want to be, whether you are really making a lot of impact, whether you are making progress. Okay, it is really very important for us to be honest with ourselves in different ways. So we will delve into these very skills in another video, right? In another video we'll look at it. Then the third skill, according to Robin Sharma, is having confidence. Okay, and this is obvious. You got to have a lot of confidence. You need to really have a lot of confidence in order to be able to even step forward. In order to step forward and step up, to even speak up, for you to be honest, like, it takes a lot of confidence. You need to be very confident enough to take up a plan, to be able to take risks. There's nothing in this life without taking risk. So you have to really be confident enough. You need to be confident enough to be able to make it through. And the skill of being confident, is great. It helps you to move on with decisions that are really tough. If you are not confident, you wouldn't be able to, because you'll be afraid that what if it doesn't work, right? But you want to be confident enough to take up the challenge of taking risk, putting in effort to solve the problems that you have identified. Then another thing that I will want to look at is listening. Okay, is really a great skill that we must all have it. Like, it's really something that is really very important. And according to Sinek, okay, Simon Sinek, he says that listening is one of the most important things that makes you as a leader. Okay, so this one we really want to relate it to you being a leader, right? You leading yourself, and to the point where you are also leading people. So for instance, if we go for a board meeting, or we go for an executive meeting, or a meeting where everyone is expected to bring on board suggestions and everything, you got to listen to everyone. And if you do that, everybody will feel appreciated. Everybody will feel that they have actually been listened to, they have made their points, and you should be the last to speak. And one of the things that but one of the benefits that you will get from listening is that you are also able to listen to everyone's point of view before you pass your judgment, right? So it is really a great skill for us to all acquire. Then the next one is by Bishop TD Jakes, and his has to do with managing your time. So time management, we cannot argue with, right? If you don't manage your time properly, you are definitely going to be lacking behind all the time, right? So you want to really 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 plan your life. You want to plan every day, you want to plan every minute, every second, every hour that you spend. It must be planned, right? So having um, been able to put in all the schedules and everything, it will help you to manage your time very well. And once you are able to manage your time very well, it means that you are going to be getting results, okay, quality results out of every minute, every time that you have spent, right? Then the next one is you have to stop whining, okay? You have to stop whining, stop complaining, stop criticizing. You got to stop criticizing. You have to stop complaining. You have to stop postponing. You have to just get to the task and do it, right? You have to just get to it and do it. Do not whine at any point in time, right? Then the next one we want to look at is staying present in the moment. Wow, what does it mean? This is by Mel Robbins. Wow, staying present in the moment. So what does it mean to stay present in the moment? You don't have to take the worries, the failures of yesterday with you and be thinking it. You don't have to put your mind on the things that have already passed, okay? The failures of yesterday, you don't put them before you, but rather you stay in the present to see what new thing can you do, what changes can you make, how can you get the work you are doing right now, how can you get it done, right? So you don't think about the things that have happened in the past too much. You don't dwell on them for them to now come and harm you or delay you, or even make you not be able to fulfill the plan and the purpose for today. So you have to really 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 stop you know doing the things that negatively affects your productivity, right? Then the next one is being consistent, and we cannot argue it. If you are not consistent, you are not going anywhere, so we can't argue it. And this is according to Chopra. Priyanku Chopra. Uh, wow, she's an Indian, okay? Yeah, you got to really be consistent in doing that thing over and over again. Do it over and over again. Do it over and over again. Do it over and over again. You see, many people who have made impacts, or should I say, the few people who have made impacts in the world are people who have really, you know, come up with the idea that they are actually going to be doing no matter what it takes, no matter how tough it gets. They are actually going to keep doing it. They are actually going to be consistent all the time. And when you are consistent, you are going to get the results. And it is always awesome when you continue to do what you do. You don't look back, you don't look at all the setbacks, all the failures, and then no, you just have to do it again, and keep doing it again, and it is really going to work. The next skill, or the next skill that we want to look at is they say getting enough sleep. It is really difficult for us to do this thing. We need to really get enough sleep, at least 4 to 5 hours. For me, 4 to 5 hours is great for me. Yes, to sleep, I can't sleep beyond 4 to 5 hours. And for as a young person, growing up as a young person, hustling and building, no, no, for me, no. So we want to really, really, really get these things, and we get them right. Then the last one I want to talk about in this video is having empathy. Having empathy. Okay, so if you don't have empathy, you are not really going to make any change. You are not really going to solve any problem. You are not really going to impact any life. Empathy helps you to feel what someone else is feeling, right? And you must also feel empathy for yourself. Wow, you must have empathy for every other person in the world, uh, and you have to do it consciously. Okay, you have to do it consciously. So you have to think about, so if what if it's me going through the same thing. So the most people who made a lot of impact are people who have really put themselves in the shoe of others. So what if it were me in this situation? How am I going to deal with it? What if it were my mom? What if it was someone very important related to me in in that same situation? So we can relate this to some very important careers like doctors, lawyers, accountants, and every other person, auto mechanics, every other person. So if it were me, or someone related like my mom, who I cherish so much, if she is the one, the same person who reports to me at the hospital, and I am the doctor, and this person, oh, how am I going to deal with it? So it is really very important for us to get these things right, even as we grow. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you have to do so for more videos. We actually up, and we'll be hustling until we make impact across the globe. Right, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.